Joining us now via Skype from Auckland, New Zealand is Grace Reyes. She's the Applied Arts Curator at the Auckland Museum. Thank you for joining us. So what makes Chinese embroidery so unique in the world?
I think that Chinese embroidery is significant for its symbolism. It is a figurative language, and images can stand in for meanings of power and longevity, and it also is really important for the royal family.
And I know your museum has a current exhibition on Chinese embroidery. Can you tell us more about what visitors there would see?
We have a permanent exhibition of arts from Asia, including an extensive collection of Chinese embroidery, and it showcases the beautiful colors and handiwork that Chinese embroiderers use. And we get a lot of feedback from visitors really enjoying the colorful exhibition.
Would you consider embroidery a dying art form, and how do you protect it?
From my point of view, I don't think it's a dying art. I just think that it's very labor intensive, so it does take a lot of time to make them. And traditional embroidery now are very rare. But places such as the Auckland Museums and museums in general are a really great place to preserve the art and to share it with the community.
And nowadays we can see embroidery around the fashion industry. Lately, we've seen it on fashion show runways. What do you think inspires designers to feature this type of work in their fabrics and in their clothes?
I think fashion always takes inspiration from the past, and embroidery is just such a dynamic way of showcasing styles that it always is a great favorite with designers throughout time.
And Grace, you mentioned it earlier, you don't think that embroidery is a dying art form, but if you can you describe the difference between hand embroidery versus machine embroidery? Are we seeing more done by machines nowadays? And of course, you mentioned the time, but also there is quite a bit of expense involved when it comes to doing this.
Of course, hand embroidery, because it's labor intensive, will be much more expensive, and the use of material, traditional hand embroidery uses luxury materials such as silks and gold thread, which might not be replicated in machine woven embroidery today.
All right, Grace Reyes in Auckland, New Zealand. Thank you for joining us.